Hi, everybody. Okay, so sorry about that little delay between videos. Okay, so I've been having a lot of thoughts about Y&R and the direction it's going, and so I wanted to make a video because I don't know if all you guys have this too, but like if I have a thought in my head, number one, I have to get it out or it annoys me until I do. And or if it's really bothering me, I have to like work it out in my head and sometimes talk it out and then I'm okay. Because the storyline I'm talking about is, well, it feels like I'm talking about Sharon Case a lot lately, but I guess I am because they've held the character captive or whatever for months. Okay, because remember the first time she was there for a while, and then she's held captive for at least a month on this one. At least I know of. Only this time, at least she had someone to play off of. Michelle Stafford. I like Michelle Stafford as actress. So and it's kind of funny that it was funny for a couple of days that they tried to get rid of all their past animosity. That I found kind of intriguing and funny at times because and I've talked about this also because of the other thing I do. I cover court cases as much as possible, and you know, the subject matter is serious, so you have to find a little bit of laughter in it when you can. Otherwise, kind of go nuts. So I kind of find this situation the same thing. Um, however, uh, their captor makes no sense, and I've been trying. That's what I've been trying to work out in my head for the longest because I was like, okay, so first I was like, okay, they're kidnapped together. Okay, why? And I could never get to why. And then the closest thing, I was like, okay, they're gonna work out all their stuff. But and then I was like, okay, so that kind of satisfies that. But who did it? And I could never get to the who. So now we have who did it, but it still doesn't make any sense for either character. Okay, go along with me on this one for a minute. Alan was a therapist and a professor. Okay. Now I've been trying to rack my brain and remember if he ever treated Sharon or Phyllis in any kind of sense whatsoever. Okay. Um, Phyllis doesn't really have any mental health issues that I'm aware of. And Sharon has, but uh, he was never her doctor. He was Ashley's doctor, Ashley Abbott. So Sharon was never in the fold. So once again, the whole storyline, that whole thing makes no sense. The only sense it makes is that they're doing the twin thing again, and I mean again because I can point back to at least two other people who played twins, but it was the same person in dual roles. Okay, remember Carlo Hesser and his twin was played by the great I forget his name, but he just passed away a couple of years ago. That was by the same guy. Okay, and then the twins of Kevin, yeah, the Dr. Kevin and his brother too. John Lindstrom played those characters. Okay, And the other thing is, the other usual commonality is there's a good one and a bad one, okay? And sometimes the good one can turn bad, or sometimes the bad one can kind of play good and trick people into thinking that he's someone that he's not, kind of a thing. Okay, so then makes me think, did they want to expand Alan's character so bad that they made him someone he's not or whatever? Or I don't understand it, like, at all, other than um them putting a good person like Tracy Abbott with a bad guy, but she didn't know he's a bad guy. And then also, I was thinking about deeper. Sometimes the family warns you that the guy you're into or the woman is not who you think they are. Okay, but if that's not even the case either, because if you remember, if you go back to Friday, um, Jack and Diane were celebrating the fact that Alan had come into Tracy's life and given her happiness and all this other stuff. Okay, so that doesn't resonate with someone who knows that the guy is a bad guy. So all the things I'm trying to connect here and say, well, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. I got nothing, nothing. And you see how deep a dive I did, and there's still nothing to resonate with anything. So once again, Y&R, why did you do that? Why? I don't get it, like, at all. And why would you put Tracy, a good character, through that? Why? Because, she hasn't had the most extensive love life. And that's another trope that I hate. Okay? The trope I hate is a smart woman or the smart girl who turns into the smart woman can't have a relationship because she's too smart and people are intimidated by her. I don't like the storyline or too ambitious. Okay. I can give you two examples right now. Um, uh, well, Ashley Abbott, she's kind of smart and, businesswoman and all that stuff. She hasn't had a very good love life. And Tracy Abbott, obviously. And then even Michelle Stafford as Phyllis has had to give up her, like, she's had to decide business or personal. And if she's ever in a job, she doesn't have a love life. And what's another one? A smart one that didn't have any. Well, I mean, I would go into Robin Scorpio, but she did have relationships. But I mean, you know, the smart woman can have a guy, okay? And she doesn't have to fall for the crazy one or the one with issues, because then you make her seem dumb, and she's not as dumb as that. So why are you doing it? I don't get it. I don't get it. This is what it feels like when I don't understand where they're going, like, at all. Because usually I'm like, okay, okay. And then I usually let stuff ride and I say, let's see how this goes. This has nothing to do with anything. Nothing. Okay, I had to let that out. Bye, everybody.